2020, August 15th, dark 59 a.m. Zero zero. Where I left off about 18 hours ago, is I was talking about the idea that struck me, that came to me, that came to my brain, is the translation of Samhain as possibly the definition of the Gaelic version of a very odd translation mix, of where the light comes to rest. Now, obviously, the word "comes" is not there. In the Bible, it is very specific regarding the sentence structure of the light place, but it doesn't actually state the light, where the light comes to rest, or any of that. It just says light place. But we also have to remember the following undeniable, hard, excruciatingly difficult to deny facts: that the Hyksos did not like, in any way, shape, and form, were not fans of, had significant, massive, hardcore, heavy-duty problems with any and all things to do with the Old Kingdom. Saying that they hated them doesn't even come close to the level of rage and hatred and bitterness that the Hyksos had toward the Old Kingdom. They hated them so badly that they spent the next 600 years doing everything in their considerable power, 500 years, in their considerable power, to destroy anything and everything related to the Old Kingdom. New paragraph. They worked very hard to erase any and all things to do with the pyramids, erase anything and all things to do with anything close to the facts and evidence of what actually happened. The king's list, the dynasty list, their monuments, the Ramses II monument had been a temple since had been an operating temple since practically Narmer, if not around that same time, 3200 BC. Period. So it was renamed, reorganized, and redone by the Hyksos, who were direct descendants of the period. It was the operational structure of the Ramses II. He was part of the Avaris, The Avaris were actually just the renamed Hyksos, period. The Hyksos, the capital city of the Hyksos was Avaris, and so the culture name changed from Hyksos to Avaris from 1532, when the Thera volcano erupted, to 1330, when they rose back up and seized power and demanded no, Egypt belongs to us, not you. Us, not you. And to prove that, period, the Avaris Hyksos would do various and assorted, inappropriate to humanity and the concepts of performing crimes against humanity, in order to be able to go, we are in charge. What part of "we are in charge" do you not understand? And we'll be happy to kill as many of you as possible to show you we are in charge and you are slaves. So the Hyksos Avaris never gave up on that, period, new paragraph. Knowing that these facts are facts, knowing that the situation is the way the situation is, brings into effect the all too real and all too realistic, ideas that the language changes that come from that kind of orientation, that kind of when the Hyksos invade, the Hyksos of Varus, they've had hundreds, if not thousands, of names from the point where they were called Hyksos, period, new paragraph, to the point where they were called just about anything else. They do their best to erase the people they conquered and to change their story and to make their story non-threatening, because they're the victor, they're the good people, they're the people that are oppressed, they're the ones who have been treated badly by who or whatever. So you have a lot of language changes and language diversity, period, new paragraph. That those language changes and language diversity cause a lot of problems over time, because the language changes and language diversity alter things like, period, new paragraph. For example, the word gay. In the last 120 years, the word gay has had three name changes, has had three meaning changes. First, it meant a, if you go to the Tonys, the Tony Awards, the awards for the best Broadway performances across the board, that party of the Tonys was considered to be a gay party. I'm guessing it may have something to do with Gay Paris. And Gay Paris did not mean homosexual when it was created in the late 17, early middle 1800s. It did not mean Gay Paris. It did not mean homosexual, although that name did semi-apply. Period. The word gay meant a party that were a tuxedo would be a standard procedure. That's tuxedo, tails, top hat, and women in the best ball gowns that they can get their hands on. Now, period. New paragraph. Now, the specific dress of the tuxedo was designed specifically for the ballrooms and the parties and associated venues inside Tuxedo Park, New York, where if you weren't rich and you weren't swanky and you weren't of the upper crust, you weren't invited. People who lived inside Tuxedo Park, New York, had a great deal of money, and it was not you didn't put your house up for sale, or, well, more like you didn't put your property up for sale. It was a person A purchased from person B, and the neighborhood basically agreed to it. Everyone, oh yes, they're acceptable neighbors, or they're not acceptable neighbors, and most people didn't sell their houses very often. I'm guessing that in Tuxedo Park, New York, there's families who have owned property in that neighborhood for decades, if not centuries. They just pass it down along the line, period. New paragraph. So, in the 1800s, the word gay meant a top hat and tails, ball gown, and the like type of party. It then changed to, just a normal party, an upper class party nonetheless, but still a party. And then it started to change to an aspect of s-